AM 1460, the new WXBR. You are listening to the Metro South Morning Show, PM in the AM. Peter Czymbor here with you on this Monday morning. This Saturday night, live on HBO from the great state of Texas, Providence, Rhode Island's own Demetrius Andrade competes for the WBO Junior Middleweight World Championship as he takes on Vanes Matirosyan in a battle of two Olympians. And joining me right now via the telephone to talk about it is the man who will be partaking in that fight, Providence, Rhode Island's own Demetrius "Boo-Boo" Andrade. Demetrius, welcome to the program. Thanks for coming on this morning.
Thank you for having me on the program.
Demetrius, it's been a long time coming, you getting your first crack at a world title. You have seemingly been scheduled to fight for a world title for about the past 6 months to a year or so. Every time you have a world title fight scheduled, something happens. It gets postponed, it gets canceled, it gets postponed, it gets canceled. We're less than a week away now. I guess this one's happening.
Yeah, definitely excited about this, the ups and downs, it's finally coming to an end, and now we're here. November 9th is my showdown versus Vanes Matirosyan, and it's going to be a great night of boxing, not only for the fans, but for my team, the A team. We've been working really hard for this title shot, and now it came across 6 months. I had to prepare myself mentally and physically, so I'm much stronger, smarter, and faster. And it's time to go ahead and get that belt.
Well, once again, it's Demetrius Andrade taking on Vanes Matirosyan this Saturday night live on HBO. Demetrius, you represented the United States as an Olympian on the boxing team in 2008. Vanes Matirosyan represented the United States in the Olympics back in 2004. You guys are obviously familiar with one another in terms of your amateur pedigree and your professional pedigree at this point. What about Vanes Matirosyan do you think suits your style of fighting?
A lot of people tailor-made for me the way my box style is. I can adjust to whatever it is that is in front of me, and that's, the biggest advantage I have. And also having my dad, Paul Andrade, in my corner. He is one of the best trainers out there, and him just teaching me, and we growing together, and all the things that, we've been taught works in front of anybody, whoever they put in front of me. Vanes, he's a decent fighter. His skills and ability got him so far. This is going to be really a step up for him as well, a step up for me. It's about that time. It's about to show the world what it is that I'm really made of, other than my amateur pedigree. It's time to show them what I'm made in this professional rankings as well.
Now, you mentioned that your dad, Paul Andrade, will be working with you in your corner. Recently, you've been spending a lot of time in Texas, the state in which this fight will take place, working with Ronnie Shields, who's worked with the likes of Mike Tyson in the past and a number of high-caliber professional boxers. Will your dad be the lead guy in your corner this Saturday night, or are you still working with Ronnie Shields?
Yeah, my dad is who I worked with. I never really worked with Ronnie Shields, so I don't know where that came from. But yeah, my dad is who I've been working with. Only other person I ever worked with was Virgil Hunter, but that was that one fight in July against Freddy Hernandez. But there's nobody other than my dad that's suitable and who's best for me.
Now, there's been a lot of cases of trainers in the history of boxing who have sons who are fighters, trainers working with their sons. Sometimes it works out poorly, sometimes it works out quite well. How does it affect your relationship with your dad, with him being the lead man in your corner on top of being your father?
I mean, at times we have, rough times outside of boxing. That sometimes brings into the boxing. I strayed away for about maybe 2-3 fights because me and my dad wasn't really seeing eye to eye with, just things outside of boxing. But our first time hearing that we was going to get this WBO shot versus Zerbeck champion, I didn't want nobody else in my corner other than my dad, who started from the bottom with me, that taught me everything I knew, breathing me, that's been there through thick and thin, and just knowing this is our time, this is what you and I deserve, this is your credit should go out to nobody else, and let's put our differences to a side and, make our dream come true.
Once again,
that's exactly what we did.
Once again, we're chatting with Demetrius Andrade here on AM 1460, the new WXBR. He fights for the WBO Junior Middleweight Championship this Saturday night on HBO against Vanes Matirosyan. Demetrius, I mentioned that you were an 08 Olympian. Vanes Matirosyan was an '04 Olympian, so you guys came from slightly different classes in terms of amateur classes. He came a little before you. Did you guys compete at all or meet up at all as amateurs, and have you sparred or been in the gym with each other at all, being highly touted prospects coming up the professional ranks?
Nah, I have never came across Vanes, never seen him through amateurs. You know, he's like 4 or 5 years older than me. So therefore, you know, when he got out, I came in, so we never had patterns crossed. But now our patterns are crossing, and this is the time to show the world that this is what I'm made of, and I'm ready. I'm 19-0, ready for this fight. He's 30-0, and it took him so long to even get a shot like this. And I know a lot of people saying that, you know, he's going to have that experience, but he's been fighting the same caliber of fighters I've been fighting. He fought maybe 2 guys, you know, Laura or whoever, but I fought Laura in the amateurs, had him running all over the place. It's my time, my year, and a star's going to be born for America come November 9th, and that's Demetrius Andrade.
Demetrius Andrade joining us here on AM 1460, the new WXBR. This is not only a milestone moment in your professional boxing career because it's your first crack at a world title, but you're also getting a pretty big stage to fight for it on, with it being nationally televised on HBO, generally speaking, the biggest network that airs professional boxing regularly in the United States. How important is it for you to not only win, but win impressively and be entertaining as you do it? Because entertainment is somewhat the name of the game when it comes to boxing, and if you win well and win impressively and entertainingly, HBO is going to throw some money your way to come back on the airwaves.
No, definitely. You know, this is, you know, a big platform in the professional rankings. You know, I done fought in the Olympics. There's nothing that I think that's bigger than that. You know, a lot of people that I've been to so far, a lot of people show up for the Olympics, and you know, everybody's watching it on TV. So therefore, I'm not worried about, you know, how many people's gonna be there, how many views is gonna come in. Like this is what I've been born to do. Like I fought in front of many people and huge crowds, but that's not gonna affect me. And I'm just go out there and do what I've been doing, having fun, entertaining myself, and making sure that I get the job done. And of course, people are gonna love what I do naturally.
Your general nickname is Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, but throughout the course of your career, you've gone by seemingly different nicknames from fight to fight. One time, I think you were the Extinguisher, and you came in like a firefighter. You were the Cape Verdean Assassin. You came in with the Cape Verdean flag, as you are of Cape Verdean descent. Any special nickname or special get-up for the fight this Saturday night, or are you just going simply as Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade?
I'm working on that. I'm probably going to end up coming as Vanes' worst nightmare. You know, he's a nightmare. I'm going to be the worst nightmare. Let him know he ain't scared of nobody.
Once again, we're chatting with Demetrius Andrade here on AM 1460, the new WXBR. You mentioned that you're not concerned about how many people watch the fight and come into the venue. You're strictly focused on your opponent. But how many people do you think from New England and southern New England will make their way out to this fight? Because I know that you obviously hail from Providence. I think you lived for a little while in southern Massachusetts in the Mansfield area. How many people from this area are making the trek out to Texas do you expect to see?
I got a nice fan base that followed me through New Hampshire all the way down to, you know, the whole New England area. I really don't know what the numbers are, but I know I got a lot of people calling me up, you know, that I know personally, telling me how they coming down and bringing a lot of people. Matrix Aerospace, Outlets, Cabinet. He big fan of mine, and he's always bringing 75 to 100 people to all my fights. And I know he's making his way down, and I appreciate all the support I've been getting from my fans and the people that want to see me do good, and the people that don't know Demetrius Andrade. You know, those are the hearts I'm going to steal. And it's going to be a great night. So, you know, I expect a lot of fan base from New England area and out there in Texas. I know I got fans all over the world. I get international phone calls from people that want signatures and pictures. So I know wherever I go, I got fans.
It's been a while since New England has had a legitimate world champion in boxing. It's been nearly a decade has passed since John Ruiz won a version of the heavyweight title. You hail from Providence, Rhode Island. I think the last Rhode Island native to win a world title would have been Vinny Paz in the 90s. There have been a few guys who have competed for titles since then, Peter Manfredo and Matt Godfrey. How important is it for you to bring this title back to New England, as you could be amongst the faces of New England boxing if you aren't already, certainly on a grand scale?
Oh, yeah, it's very important to bring a champion, a WBO champion, legitimate, to New England, not just Providence, Rhode Island. Providence, Rhode Island only had Vinny Paz, 5-time world champion, and that's a big bar to catch up to. But I'm here to make this standards higher than that. I'm planning on getting this belt and getting every other belt out there, staying undefeated, and making Providence a well-known state, Rhode Island a well-known state, because we have some young talent out there. We're just a little state, but I'm gonna make noise. That's what I've been doing. I've been working for many years, working hard, and showing my capabilities and staying undefeated and making sure that when I get in that ring, I come out with the W.
Now, you will be one of 2 New England fighters to compete for world titles in boxing 2 weeks in a row. You'll be doing it this Saturday night. The following Saturday night, Edwin Rodriguez competes for the WBA Super Middleweight Championship against Andre Ward. Size up Edwin Rodriguez's chances, if you will, against Andre Ward, not this coming weekend, but next weekend, as I know you guys have spent some time in the gym with one another in the past.
Yeah, definitely, I've been... Throughout the amateur's career, I've been with Edwin Rodriguez. Me and him bunked together, been on many trips, and just have our own personal experience. He's like a brother of mine, and I believe if he believes that he can do it, I believe he can do it. And there's no way that he should go in this fight thinking he can't do it, because he got the skills and ability and the heart to make this happen.
Getting back to you for a moment, Demetrius, you compete in the junior middleweight weight division within boxing, which is a hot weight class at the moment. Floyd Mayweather has a title within that weight class. Despite losing, Canelo Alvarez is still a marquee name within that weight class. Miguel Cotto has been recently fighting at 154 pounds. When you take a look at all the talent in and around your weight class, who is the one guy that ideally you would fight if you had your pick of anyone right now?
After I whoop Vanes Matirosyan, get this belt put around my waist, I'll call out Miguel Cotto. I'll call out Austin Charles. I'll call out Laura. I'll call all them guys out. Whichever guy is going to step up to the plate to fight Demetrius Andrade, I'm willing and ready to do it. I don't see a problem at 154 with anybody out there giving me a problem.
Well, once again,
I'm taking over.
It's Demetrius Andrade versus Vanes Matirosyan this Saturday night. Any prediction on how your fight with Vanes Matirosyan will go? I know you predict victory. Any way you will predict that victory coming? Decision, knockout, what round, anything of that nature?
I'm going with round 7. I put my hands in the Lord. All glory due to the Most High. Number 7 is a good number, and I plan on taking him out in 7.
So you think you can stop Vanes Matirosyan within 7 or in the 7th round?
In the 7th round.
Well, we will see if that prediction holds true. This Saturday night, live on HBO, Demetrius Andrade takes on Vanes Matirosyan for the WBO Junior Middleweight Championship. Demetrius, we want to wish you the best of luck, and we thank you very much for spending some time with us here this morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the program. Appreciate it. God bless you as well, and all the fans and everybody out there support me. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, boobooboxing.com, and also tune into the Road to the Championship, these episodes we've been posting up.
We will retweet that as well. That is Demetrius Andrade joining us here on AM 1460, the new WXBR. We'll step aside for a quick breather. Back with the news break after this.